Hi, I'm Holly and I'm a young music leader on the Plugin project. Today I'm going to be walking you through how I completed Section D of the Bronze Arts Award. This particular section is about sharing an art skill, and today I'm going to be sharing the skill of playing the guitar. So before I went ahead and shared my skill with somebody else, I decided it would be a great idea to plan what I was going to teach them first. So I got myself a piece of paper and I wrote down what my chosen skill was, which in this case is the guitar, and how I was going to go about teaching somebody else. When I was planning how I was going to teach the other person my skill, I tried to keep in mind that I wanted to make it as fun as possible and also as easy as possible so that they could have a better chance at getting the hang of it. With this in mind, I thought the best way to share my skill would be to film it. This way the learner can take the learning experience at their own pace by going backwards, forwards or pausing the video whenever they like. On that note, let's film how I did it. So the first thing you're going to need to know when playing the guitar is how to hold the guitar. So I've got my guitar here and I'm going to place it on my right leg so that it's stable and sturdy. And then I'm going to take my right hand and place it over the strings, and then my left hand and place it on the neck of the guitar so it's not going anywhere. Next, we need to know what the names of the strings are called so we know what notes we're going to be playing. So we're going to work through the strings going downwards like that. So starting from the top, the closest string towards you, you've got a low E, then you've got the A string, the D string, the G, the B, and then the high E. Don't worry if you don't know all of the names of the strings just yet, this is something that just comes with time. So the next important thing we're going to talk about are frets. So as you can see here, I've got the neck of the guitar and there are little metal pieces here underneath the strings that section off these little spaces here. The little spaces are called frets. So these are very useful when trying to figure out where to place your fingers when learning a new note or a new chord. Now each fret has a number, starting from here, which is number 1, and it goes up to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. You'll also see that there's a little dot here on number 3, number 5, and also number 7, and it keeps going up. This helps us to identify the 3rd fret, the 5th fret, the 7th fret, the 9th fret, and so on. Now we know the names of the guitar strings and what frets are used for, it's time to learn where to place your hands when learning chords. For each chord it's different because each chord has a different chord shape, but for today we're going to learn how to play the E minor chord. So, to play the E minor chord we need to make sure that we're holding our fingers on the right frets. So to play the E minor chord we're going to take our index finger and place it on the A string on the 2nd fret, just like that. And then we're going to take the middle finger and place that finger on the D string, also on the 2nd fret, so just underneath it. We've got to make sure that our fingers are arched, like shown here. And then we're going to give it a strum. What a beautiful sounding chord. I'm now going to play the E minor chord again, just from a different camera angle so you can get a better view of where my fingers are placed. So the index finger is still on the A string on the 2nd fret, and the middle finger is still on the D string on the 2nd fret. Here we go. Now I'm going to show you it one more time from one more angle, just so you can get a better view once again. So I've just taught my skill and I've gotten my feedback form back. On my form I asked questions like, did you enjoy the lesson? Please explain why. What was your favourite part? What else would you want to learn on the guitar? And would you attend another guitar lesson in the future? So the purpose of the feedback form was to figure out if the learner enjoyed the learning experience. In this case, I found out that the learner that I was teaching did enjoy the lesson because they learned something new and enjoyed the sound of the chord when they got to play it, and that they would attend another guitar lesson in the future, which is great. So now I think it's a good time to reflect and review how I thought the sharing skill process went. So, what went well? I personally think that the session as a whole went really well and it was great to see someone else being able to learn how to play a guitar chord that they didn't before. Did it go to plan? In this case, it 90% went to plan. I think the teaching of the E minor chord went very well, very smoothly. The learner was able to understand each step of the video and they really enjoyed the process. The 10% that didn't quite go to plan was that I wanted to teach another chord, but as the learner was just getting the grips of the E minor, adding another chord into there that wasn't just 2 fingers might have been a little bit too much. So I just kept it simple with just the E minor chord. What could you do differently if you decided to do it again? I personally would teach the learner maybe a couple more chords so that they had at least 3 chords to learn. This would enable them to learn a full song that involved those 3 chords, and it would be great to hear them playing them fluently. So that's how I completed Section D of the Bronze Arts Award. I really hope you found this video useful, and I wish you good luck.